Hey folks, it's Abby
and Josh
from the Anxious Outdoors, and today we're going to Cuyahoga Valley National Park. The weather is perfect.
Indiana sucks.
We're not even in Ohio yet. The promised land.
Sheets.
Josh and I became big fans of Sheetz gas
Sheetz,
stations
dude.
on our honeymoon, so that was our first stop.
They don't sell T-sheets here. You know? You get that? T-shirts. But Buc-ee's is so full of itself, you know? What's inside? Oh, I know what's inside. I ordered it. Ooh, those look good.
What'd you get?
Tacos, baby.
Here's our quirky little Verbo. We ended up staying in a pet-friendly place right in downtown Akron, which was close to the national park. And we're off. In the morning, we fueled up at Angel Falls Coffee before heading right into the park first thing. Based on what I'd read about the park, the number one can't miss trail is the Ledges, which also happens to be the busiest trail. So we knew we wanted to do that one very first in our day in Cuyahoga. The parking lot for this park was somewhat surprising. It felt like your average community park and gave no indication to what magnificent views lied along this trail. So we were super excited to embark on this one. And as we got to where the famous ledges become visible, we were truly amazed. The damp, foggy weather actually felt perfect for the setting on this hike. The ancient moss-covered rocks felt like giants among the trees, and we felt as though we were walking on some sort of enchanted trail. I'm gonna get really close. We were very glad to have done this as our first hike of the day, not only because it was so thrilling, but because it was so deserted at this time of day. We felt like we really had the time and the space to explore the trail fully.
It looks just like Star Wars World or Jurassic Park.
We slowly wandered our way through the rest of the Ledges Trail and then decided our next stop would be Brandywine Falls. We knew spring would be a good time to visit, not only because the crowds are a little less intense, but also because of the increased water flow through the watershed. But we were super surprised when we saw the sheer force of Brandywine Falls this time of year.
I also feel like you gotta get pretty wet.
After viewing the falls from the platforms, we took the Stanford Trail loop to get a good view of the river.
The water is popping this time of year.
Distressing to tube down. Concerns me.
As we looped back around to the parking lot, we got to walk past the historic inn at Brandywine Falls, which was super cute and definitely a dream place to stay, right at the top of the falls.
Tunnel!
Our next stop, of course, was the visitor center at Boston Mill, where we went to grab a magnet, which we collect and put on our fridge of every national park we've been to. This visitor center was pretty new and really, really well put together. We enjoyed looking at the exhibits and enjoying the view of the river outside of the visitor center. Then we headed to the village of Peninsula, which is considered the gateway village of Cuyahoga, and that's where we decided to have lunch. Then we drove up to the north end of the park to see Bridal Veil Falls, which was probably my favorite falls of the entire trip.
Kind of looks like the ones in Glacier.
Again, it's just like, how is this?
I know.
And we made a quick pit stop at Tinker's Creek Gorge, where we
Oh.
got to see an overlook of the Tinker's Creek Gorge. And I love the gorgeous pun. While at the north end of the park, we stopped at the Canal Exploration Center, which was unfortunately closed, but we still got to check out the informational signs about the canal system that is totally unique to this area and a huge historic part of the park. It was cool to see the lock systems and how they used to work, as well as the towpath that the donkeys used to pull the boats through the canals on. And then, feeling like we've had a thorough exploration of the park, we headed back to Boston Mill for a final hike to Blue Hen Falls. This was a muddy and challenging 3-mile round trip, but it did have a very rewarding view of Blue Hen Falls. We really enjoyed our day in Cuyahoga Valley National Park. It felt like a very important green space among the cities, and we definitely would love to visit again.